Hey, Vizsier. So, things haven't been going perfectly with what we've been commanded to do. Just letting you know. The Vizsier whispers a prayer, his masked face turning toward the Undying One's image. Instead of his usual threadbare clothes, he is wearing elegant armor of bone and dark gold, marked with purity seals. He turns as he hears your approach. Cabela, I have been hearing your footsteps for a long time. In his whispers. Dominic Natius, the Lord of the Ark, it is good that you are here with her. It is right. The Undying One has blessed this union of light and shadow. You greet us clad in armor. Are you preparing for battle? We've learned how Cabela came to be part of the Bloodspun Web. We have met her family. Cabela has been cured of her affliction. I don't know if that's 100% true. You greet us clad in armor. Are you preparing for battle? Today is a special day. I have only donned this armor once before when I was a second spinner. That day, I ceased to be second. But I have remembered the weight of this gold on my shoulders and chest through all the years since. Cabela opens her mouth, but the Vizsier stops her with a gesture. You will understand, my daughter. You will understand soon. So, when he was a second spinner, on the day that the Vizsier died and he took over, that was the one day he wore this armor. Is he planning to kill her, or is he planning for her to kill him and take over to be the new Vizsier? That's the only thing I'm seeing going down with that. We have learned how Cabela came to be part of the Bloodspun Web. We have met her family. The Vizsier looks away for a brief moment and nods to empty space. The Undying One's congregation sacrifices the blood of its blood. That is how spinners are brought into this temple, but only those who would serve him of their own volition stay and spin the Bloodspun Web, as Cabela did. Your words are dishonest. The ritual of releasing the burden erased me, made me hollow. What will of my own I had, you took from me, and filled me with yours instead. The Vizier's voice becomes astonishingly gentle. My daughter, do you believe that you have only served him because I set you on the thread of the web? Do you believe that you have no faith in him? You know that is not true. Cabela grits her teeth, hissing. You used my trust to make me your tool. Of course I see no other destiny for myself now, but that does not mean it was preordained. I guess the only option I have now is Cabela has been cured of her affliction. This is true. No longer do I see anguish in her soul, second spinner. I am ready to receive your report. Have you accomplished the task the Undying One himself set for you? The task remains undone. I refuse to complete it. Condemning a life to oblivion is wrong for those who worship death. No one will hurt my family. No one will hurt me. Let the Undying One punish me if he so wills it. Silence falls for what feels like an eternity. At last, the Vizsier responds with the sadness of an all-forgiving father. That is one of the threads as well, my daughter. I understand you. A tired sigh escapes the Vizier's chest. A harrowing sacrament, a ruthless ritual. I am relieved that it is nearing the end. Everything is coming together just as he revealed to me. Perfection has been sculpted. The affliction I nurtured has been vanquished. The choice has been made. So whence all the sadness, my daughter? The Vizsier shakes his head, suddenly looking very human, his shoulders drooping, and he extends a hand toward Cabela. So everything is... perfection has been sculpted. Everything is occurring the way he foresaw and has intentionally sculpted it to go. Sacrament, are we being dragged into another ritual? What do you mean the affliction you nurtured? Was it you who doomed Cabela to her suffering? I felt it was me pushing her that direction. The Vizsier was also pushing her in that direction? You snatched her from her family. Do not call her your daughter. Seems your plan has failed. Cabela did not carry out her last order. No. Feels like that was his goal. What do you mean the affliction you nurtured? Was it you who doomed Cabela to her suffering? The Undying One laid the thread, and I served as guide. The meeting with you in your world, Doman. The hunt for Nemesite, her grim and ghastly doppelganger. The comprehension of her flock's pain. My assignment stirred anxiety in my daughter's soul, as they were meant to. And the feelings that exist between you, those supersede all else, perhaps. Could I have prevented them from springing up? Smothered them while they were still weak? I could have, but I chose not to. Sacrament, are we being dragged into another ritual? A great ritual. Many decades ago, the Undying One revealed through a tarot reading what must come to pass, and I heeded. The Bloodspun Web's path towards gaining its new Vizsier was then conceived. A path of discovery, devotion, dying, and resurrection and purity. Cabela's predecessor stumbled on that path, and so did the next one. I waited. I have lived long past my due time. The Undying One has been waiting for me for so long. Wow. So there's some problem with the Bloodspun Web as it currently exists. And so a path has been laid out for it to be torn down, killed, resurrected in purity. But he needed the right new Vizsier. And so he's just been going through new Vizsiers until one finally reached the point that Cabela's at. Whatever makes her unique, she has passed where all the others have failed, and he's just been carrying on, living long past his time, waiting for eventually a second, what do they call them? The second, whatever, for her to reach whatever point he foresaw, so that she can now take over as Vizsier to resurrect the Bloodspun Web into whatever state it's supposed to be in. You are cruel. I can understand where he would see her as his daughter. If he's raised her basically since infancy, which is what it sounds like, carefully nurturing her and guiding her to this point that he foresaw. I don't think I'm against him calling... I mean, even Cabela, when she met her own family, told them that her name is Cabela. Like, she doesn't see herself as Nakai. And I don't think the plan failed. But yes, you are cruel, Vizsier. Maybe intentional, maybe it was guided cruelty, but there was cruelty. Yes, it was difficult to be cruel to someone you love. Have you come to know that, Doman? Do not call it love, Mentor. I was loyal to you, and I deserved better. I'm not going to go with either of these. What will happen now? Cabela will be the new Vizsier. Her journey to the Undying One and the choice she made will be reflected in the Bloodspun Web's new pattern. As for me, I will go to him, as I have long waited. The confusion and alarm in Cabela's face gives way to anger and horror. Her face distorts like a crumbling paper mask as the emotions wash over her. Too many emotions for one whose soul has gone dead. I've not yet done all that you expect me to, have I? That is correct, my daughter. Can you feel it? The proper way this burden must be passed? Cabela's voice falters. She clenches her teeth, trying to keep herself from bursting into tears. I don't want to kill you. Is a simple transition of power not possible? Why must there be bloodshed? It's the Bloodspun Web. Of course there's bloodshed. Everything about them involves bloodshed. Let that which must be done be done. Cabela, you must not commit patricide. I mean, it's not really patricide. Do not demand yet another sacrifice from her, Vizsier. We're going to ask it even though it's a dumb question. Why must there be bloodshed? Because great things are not achieved in small ways. Because if you worship him, you sacrifice to him. Your sacrifice to him must be great as well. Blood is our gift, the only thing that is truly ours. The the only worthy way to worship and honor him. I think the only reasonable option is, one, let that which must be done be done. Still, it is unfair. Cabela's face has become a death mask. Vizier's voice is full of sorrow and humility. Yes, for I am stronger than you, and my high spinners stand with me. Those who swore an oath to protect me and not outlive me, and he too stands with me. His face will emerge out of mine, and may those you chose when you set out along the threads of the web, your comrades, your domain, may they stand with you. Fight with no regret. A bitter sigh falls from the old man's lips. Farewell, my daughter. Let us honor the undying one. So when he talks about death and resurrection of the blood-spun web, we are killing all of the others. It's not just him. The high spinners will stand with him, and we will stand with her. Let us honor him.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Yeah. We are just going to kill the entire death cult. And that is the way to start over the bloodspun web in whatever this new form is that he foresaw. Wow. Oh, you can't get all the way back there. Why not? Oh, I guess it's because I'm all the way at the front, of course. Well, we'll pull ourselves off to the side, I suppose. Ilia, you can go back there. Let's pull our melee characters back. They can easily move forward. And that should allow Castia to get a nice blast with her third eye. 1,400 health. 700, 700, 700, 700. Just the regular death cultists are 200 health. Madness. Alright. Let's do the usual.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Light ourselves on fire. Orchestrate flames. Run and gun. I'm kind of liking this line. Although part of me is wondering if I went like here. Oh, I can't melt it anyway. Never mind. And let's just light you on fire.
Suits my purposes.
0 damage. Well, that's cool. I'm a huge fan of 0 damage. Why did you take 0 damage? As well as you. Creature suffers 5% less warp and mental damage for every ally alive. Oh. Any damage dealt to the Vizsier will be avenged by allies still in combat. I don't know what that means. When targeted with a ranged attack, this death cultist spends 1 stack of evasive pirouette, dodging the attack, and moving to a random adjacent free cell. Huh. When he reaches 9 stacks of Blood Blessed, this ability allows him to restore all of his AP and MP and gain the Idol of Blood Rights effect until the end of his turn. Whenever he deals damage, he is healed for the same number of wounds. This effect lasts until the end of his turn. Right. So I don't know how many allies you have, but the fact that each one is giving you 5% less warp damage, and you probably have, well, you don't have 20 allies, so you should have still taken some damage. And why did you take no damage? Let's go to one of the ones that wasn't hit. Do you have some sort of special ability that just says, like, the first attack in a fight you take no damage or something? I don't think so. You also have inner prayers. So we need to take out you guys without using warp powers. Huh. So I'm thinking I could use this in flame to make his burning damage even higher and trigger it, but my guess is it'll still do no damage.
Already done.
Oh, never mind. It did do a little bit of damage. So he will be taking burning damage on his turn. Okay. Alright, back to you, Cassia. No, please don't hit Ignatius. There we go. That's not bad. Doing a little bit of damage, but more importantly, it should stun.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Onward!
It's not your turn. It is my turn. I'm tempted to just keep doing this. I can still hit a large amount of the group.
If I may.
Even though it's not huge damage, it's something. Alright, so front line. We'll go with like this.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Then for backline.
Me. If you insist,
That's
Lord
fine.
Captain.
And then for our crit bonuses, sure.
Isn't this a job
And yeah,
for the
let's
serfs?
turn the turn over to Ignatius. They are taking damage. So let's see what you can do.
In the name of House Orselian, I shall prevail.
Okay, you are able to do damage to them. Not sure why in that first turn it wasn't really working. But I'm wondering if I could go somewhere like here. Could I melt it through? Not all of them. Is there a position where I could get all of them? No, then we missed that one. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is a good melt-a-line. Almost everyone is on fire? Yeah.
Suits my purposes. Killing me was your biggest mistake. Nothing I can't even stand a chance.
Okay, Vizsier is down. Thread is unbroken. The Undying One has not yet reached out his hand to me. Where did you go? because your body just vanished.
Not a problem for me.
Alright, let's start
I don't have time for this.
lighting the rest of people on fire. Or just killing them, you know, as you do.
Already done. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. All too easy.
Okay, you're not dead yet. Oh. We've lost... Yeah, whenever the game goes into a weird state mid-combat, because normally I would be able to use my ability here to activate our motivation, whatever thing. There's one of the abilities I use often that gives me another attack. And I can't. So let's move forward and light you on fire.
I shall not fear.
And then inflame for those that are all on fire.
Value has been lost.
Which somehow gave me another attack.
Suits my purposes.
Yeah, we also don't have our melt ability. So I could do our heroic act because heroic act has triggered. I could do it for the Inferno, but I can't use my ability that I want to use. If I go into inventory and then back out, there we go. That corrected it. So we've got our warp meter back and our momentum. That's the word I always forget.
My time is now.
That'll give me one more attack. Are those the last two enemies? Just these two? Well, might as well melt through both of you. Hello? Okay, no text boxes for that dialogue. The Undying Emperor, who has question mark health and goes after every single one of our turns. I don't want to fight the Undying Emperor, if I'm honest, with question mark wounds. The Undying Emperor uses Visions of Death or Literatures of Death ability, targeting the furthest enemy. If there are multiple possible targets, one of these he will target with one with the highest percentages of wounds. If there are still multiple possible targets, one will be selected randomly among them. Undying Emperor will reduce the damage of the next successful attack against him by 100%, also dealing a small amount of mental damage to the attacker. Alright, what is Vision of Death? Mental damage to all enemies in the area and removes all their stacks of Blood Blessed and Blood Stained. Targets have to pass a willpower resistance test with a -20 or suffer even more mental damage and fatigue, disturbed, or perplexed for 3 rounds. Undying Emperor deals mental damage to the target. That target must pass a willpower resistance test with a -50 penalty or suffer the lethargy effect. Wow. I don't like any of this. Also, I don't like the fact that we are attacking the Undying Emperor. That feels not good. Yeah, he's difficulty 6, but we fought lots of difficulty 6 enemies. What's soul depulsion? Oh, right. Reduces the next attack by 100%. Sure. But this is counting as a new combat, I think. So... although we still have Reveal the Light going on us. Do we still have Voice of the Emperor, or Voice of Command on us? Come back. We cannot be targeted again by Voice of Command because we already had it on us this round. That's awkward. And Voice of Command has already been used on us. So she can't target us again there. Oh, it's not a new combat. Inquisitor's Tenant has still been used, so I can't use that to boost our Heroic Act up. I wonder if we get our morale up, if I would be able to use it again. Hard to say. Well, you've got way too many points, so we'll do Kill Zone Stratagem. For one round, all allies in the area gain more cover efficiency. Reroll on all failed skill tests. No. I could move her and then have her use her third eye. Both those kill movement. If I put you, say, here, then you could hit the Undying Emperor without risk of hitting anyone else, while still being in full cover.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Yeah. Alright, so you took 0 damage there, but you are on fire, which is always great. I guess I probably should have put her in a position where she could see someone to give free turns. But I am not smart, and so I did not. I think we just need to move on and see what the Emperor does to us. Yeah, she can't boost herself. Okay. It's your turn, Undying Emperor, like every other turn. I mean, that didn't seem to do that much. I could try and light him on fire. It'll give him a bigger burning effect. Zero damage again. But you are burning a lot more. Then melta him. There we go. That's some real damage that didn't affect your question mark wounds. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing here? Because this doesn't feel like combat is the right way to win this fight. Is there something else going on that we can interact with? I mean, arguably, we could just try and run. But it feels like this isn't a fight we're supposed to win since I did literally no damage to him. Another 400 damage on him. Toss out a run and gun. We'll move back into cover and then give you another Melta to the face. I mean, I think in some ways we are struggling in vain. We'll increase the fire damage you're taking. And orchestrate flames, so you stay on fire. Man, I have no idea. I mean, significant damage. You're all bloodied. Does that count as the blood blessed effect? My guess is no. You probably have the blood stained, which penalizes you. Yeah. It's not great. Alright, perfect spot for you. Mark him as prey. Pull the bold. Piercing shot. You have no cover. Do analyze enemies on you. Did you miss? Seriously? You had a 95% and you rolled a 99. Fantastic. We'll go in my sights. So on your turn you get another good hit. Assuming we make it to your turn. Oh. Yeah, I feel like we're not supposed to win this fight. So he should have an opening here, I think. Hard to really tell where that opening exists.
A dance
But it looks like here. We go with the two smaller weapons or the great sword. 8 to 12 damage. Those are terrible. 14 to 20 is still not amazing.
Let your soul be purged.
I mean, a lot of good hits.
Trust me.
Aim for the opening.
As the tenets demand.
Another free strike. I can do Danse Macabre to go through your square.
As honor ordains.
Okay, you are now marked.
The shadows will. My blade whispers your name.
Like, I'm doing good damage. It just doesn't seem to matter.
As honor ordains.
Oh, I should have done Raining Blood. Didn't think about it. Oh well. Oh, Iliad's down. Yeah, I'm not sure what this fight is about. All right, Pascal. Let's move you in. Analyze enemies. Reckless Abandon. Huge amount of damage, but you now do 56% more damage to him. Could do Intimidation. Just to try and intimidate him. Then where it hurts. And go for the bleeding attack.
Death is a blessing.
I think we managed to kill him. Whatever that means. Brutal. Clad in the Vizier's armor, Cabela is staring at the spot where, just a short time ago, lay the body of the man who raised her. Her shoulders are shaking, and her head hangs low, but no tears are to be seen and no sobs come from behind her mask of dark gold. Suddenly, she throws her head back, and a desperate cry full of pain, fury, and regret echoes across or around the temple. This is not the Vizier, nor Spinner you see before you, just a daughter who has lost her father. Iliad shakes her head and whispers quietly, to foster a bond just to sacrifice it in the end, to kill your father just to assume his place. Your kind's fear of what you perceive as weakness is, in truth, your greatest weakness of all, one that leads your spirit into a trap with no escape. I know this is a ridiculous question to ask, but how are you doing? Did you see the God Emperor in the flesh? I don't think so. Am I to call you Vizier now? You immediately don the Vizier's armor. Is it helping you to embrace your new role? I know this is a ridiculous question to ask, but how are you doing? The tenets of the web teach us never to regret or hesitate, but I could never have imagined that I would one day have to make a choice this painful. I did what had to be done, but that does not quell the pain. I know he is in the Undying One's hands, but that does not soothe the grief. I know I sought vengeance against him, but I feel his absence already. You've done your duty to the God Emperor. It was his wish as well. Sorry, losing a mentor is hard. He was a crazed old man who lied to you and used you. Do not feel sorry for him. Now, you've done your duty to the God Emperor. It was his wish as well. It was his duty, but he was reluctant to leave me to the very end. I saw it in his eye as his eyes went dim. Did I just see the God Emperor in the flesh? Was that how you saw the Vizier, Dome Ignatius? You saw an image of death in him, but it was only an image. Fumes of the sacred intoxicant blessed our ritual, but what you saw and killed was a mere man. The Undying One does not come to the living. We come to him. What did the Vizier look like to you? Younger. The way he was when I first saw him. I was younger too. It was as though we were facing each other in a training match like we used to. Am I to call you Vizier now? I do not want to lose my name as my mentor lost his, but no spinner will ever speak it again, for I am their Vizier. Yet you are my Domin, and I am your shadow. Let me remain Cabela to you, at the very least. You immediately don the Vizier's armor. Is it helping you to embrace your new role? I think so, yes. Cabela reverentially touches a drop of blood on the dark gold. I sense the weight of the sacred vestment, the weight of the Vizier's burden, and the decision I must make. From this day forth, my burden. Her voice is full of somber pride. What will become of the blood-spun web now? Cabela raises her head to peer at the Undying Emperor's dark eye sockets. We will not stray from the tenets. We will not forget our predecessors' sacrifices and our Vizier's teachings. Service to the Undying One is our life, for he is duty, he is death. Your influence has made Cabela more compassionate. Okay. So if we hadn't done that, would she have forgotten the sacrifices and the teachings? I don't know. It's not always clear when I've changed the path that something will take or not. Cabela studies the spinners. Her voice thunders under the temple's vault. Bow now before your Vizier. And 100 whispers reply, Death salutes you. So does Cabela in fact have new armor that she's wearing? Vizier's armor. Bygone Sorrow. Death Cult Assassins 8 or more stacks of Blood Blessed. They gain 1 more action point and +1 attack per turn. That's very good. More dodge and parry if the wearer is not in cover. I'm uncertain if that is new armor or if that's what she was wearing already. Oh well. Let's do our looting first, as always. Spinner's Ritual Vestments. More dodge if the wearer's not in cover. Strength bonus wounds. No. And nothing special there. Death Cult Patent Bloody Blade. That is almost certainly better than what you're currently using. No. It's better than Singing Retribution. Reduces target's parry. Plus 3% to the wielder's critical hit chance for each attack they make, which stacks until the end of the round. I think I'm fine with keeping one of these. Probably. And then for Cabela, we will replace Singing Retribution, which is you. All right, let's loot the rest. Light Spinner's Breastplate, which is still, I think, nowhere near as good. High Spinner's Gloves increases the critical damage of where it hurts, including the damage from the attack itself and from extra instances of damage over time effects. I think we could give that to Pascal. Death from above deals an additional 0 mental damage. Each target suffers +1 stack of fatigue. What's the 0 coming from? Resolve. Okay, so in combat, that would actually be higher. Don't care about that, but we'll collect the gloves. Do you have a cloak right now? You have pack of reagents, which is giving you +2 to bleeding, burning, and toxin. I'm gonna take that cloak instead. And then Pascal, what gloves are you wearing? +10 strength. Increases critical damage of where it hurts, and so it's only critical, but increases it by +50 is awesome. Nothing of note there. I'm also unsure of where all the other spinners came from, because I thought we just killed all of them. We don't need a second one of those cloaks, because we don't have a second spinner. Or someone who has death from above. I think that's all of the loot. No, we have one more bit over here to grab. There we go. Now, time to level up again. We never gain versatility. I'm not certain that Archmilitant was the right second tier archetype, but I don't know that any would have been better. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are going to be terribly important. I mean, that's not terrible. More damage is okay. And that'll be fine. We'll start with exploit weakness. Can't boost our willpower, unfortunately. So I guess we keep boosting agility? Why not? Abelard. Looks like the two that we had selected before is interesting. You've already grabbed. Alright, weapon skill we've already brought up. I think probably strength then is the other main one to keep boosting for you. Toughness would be a tertiary option. Cassia, what are we doing with you? There's ebb and flow. Inescapable zone wouldn't be bad. Ooh. Allowing allies to reposition combat tactics areas could be good. Yeah, we'll go with inescapable zone. Because we use the kill strategy regularly enough. And I guess we'll boost fellowship. Reducing armor would be good. Ooh, increasing your armor would be good because Pascal historically has gone down. It's been a while, but he's gone down pretty regularly compared to others. Ooh, plus 30 to lore xenos. Probably not needed. but it's something. There's been a few tests that we've struggled with for Lord Xenos. Let's boost your intelligence. Anything else of interest? What is the catch effect? You're not bad. We'll go there. Ballistics is, of course, your best, but we've already boosted it. So, agility or perception? Probably perception. Finally, Cabela. Still don't really know how you fight, because that fight did not last long enough. I have put some of these favorites on yours. We'll go weapon skill for you. There we are. Call that good. The spinner, his face covered in carved bleeding glyphs, makes a respectful gesture of invitation. Let me show you the way, Doman. The way to what? The path to where the lay people dwell is complex, web-like. Let me show you. Alright, show me the way. We'll head to the bridge. Yeah, that was a weird fight. But it's done. Let's go talk to Cabela.
Domin, sacred overlord of the Ark, my protector and friend. How may the Vizsier of the blood-spun web, your shield, shadow, and blade serve you?
Cabela stands with her shoulders confidently squared, her dark eyes burning brighter than stars. That's it.
May the
No further dialogue about the quest, just her stating that she is the Vizsier now. Huh. So that's that. We still have a couple more companion quests we could work on. And then we have going over here for the main quest, I think. No. The Sara was here. The Sara is for the words are failing me. Our new companion from the new DLC. I was thinking that was this quest. Nameless Star for Quetzal Temur. No, that's him. So you're the new Arbites. That's the word I was searching for. So that's the Arbites quest. Which does look like it's going to lead to additional areas to explore. That's for Heinrichs. That's the main quest. We don't know Adira's quest. Where to go for that. That is continuing the rumor that we'd been going to of dealing with xeno stuff and mutations. If we're in the area, we might give that one another shot. Because it keeps moving every time we visit. Because it just points out a new location to go to. During the period designated the night shift, the air throughout the ship suddenly turned stale. This is where Argenta has nightmares? Yeah. The tech priest reported a brief malfunction in the Geller field. Isolate the chamber. It's fine. Let's see. Probably here. Unidentified beacon. The homunculus prism residing on the ship receives the incoming signal from the planet's surface and shows the next set of coordinates. Augurs determined that, as before, the beacon on this planet is set up in the middle of a fenced area with a multitude of living creatures within. Send a scout team to the beacon. The third beacon turned out to be encircled by an appalling gallery of grotesque exhibits cobbled together from a huge quantity of mutilated bodies. Massive statues pierced with giant black rods depict the battles of unknown warriors with non-existent creatures. Each of the several dozen such statues is created from quivering flesh and still living bodies groaning in agony. Alright, bring the beacon to the ship. Once the beacon is torn off of its platform, a scarlet lilac impulse runs along the giant rods that pierce the statues of flesh. All the unholy figures are gripped at once by a blinding blue flame, as the air is filled with incoherent screams and the smell of burnt meat. Is that the end of that quest? Homunculus' gift. On the third planet in the middle of the pasture for maimed mutants, another xenos beacon lay waiting, greedily soaking up pain. After making contact with it, the prism displayed a short message from the homunculus addressed to an archon. A fascinating journey full of hand-picked, tormented victims was drawing to a close. A lavish bounty awaited the one who made it to the end. The prism gave the coordinates of a death world in the Hundred Dreams Crossroads. Okay. Right here. Well, let's, I guess, wander around. Alright. We've read that one. Kind of wish that it wouldn't keep popping up the same ones we've read before. Warp breach. Ungodly fiends spread sorcerous disease. Walk the lower decks. We'll just send more loyal servants with holy gifts to purge them. Rather than going through that fight again. Looks like here. Unforeseen event. Well, that doesn't sound promising. Or unidentified beacon. Beacon is probably more likely what we're looking for. Augurs have detected a container with unidentified cargo on the planet next to the Drukhari beacon. Many kilometers around this zone are filled with huge, likely dangerous xenos life forms. A very strong emission of unclear nature radiates from the beacon itself. The cargo can only be taken from the planet by force with the help of an assault squad. Send an assault squad to the planet's surface. Expecting resistance, the assault squad disembarks some distance away from the beacon. To the soldiers' surprise, the gigantic mutants surrounding the beacon turn out to be incapable of even moving. Like carpets of formless chunks of flesh, these groaning and bleeding creatures cover the earth for many kilometers around. Something unseen brings them unbearable suffering. The emissions of the beacon, previously detected by augurs, turn out to be a cruel trap for the assault squad. Acting on the soldiers' minds, it sends them horrible visions of brutal deaths and excruciating torture, preventing them from coming closer to the beacon and the cargo. The images of such abominable fates appearing directly in the brain would have brought ecstatic pleasure to a Drukhari, but even those warriors, tempered by battle, can scarcely withstand them. Strength 100. Remind the soldiers that humankind is capable of fighting off even the most terrible xenos threat, provided they find the inner strength not to yield to it. Guided by the Lord Captain's words, the soldiers resolutely advance on the beacon. The rogue trader's speech helps them withstand the beacon's horrors and remain sane. By activating a switch on the beacon, the soldiers finally turn off the torturous emissions. Let's bring the beacon and cargo containers aboard the ship. We get Pain Grip. All the wearer's melee attacks inflict bleeding. 4. All bleeding effects inflicted by the wearer have their power increased by 2. Neat. The removal of the beacon from the platform proceeds as planned. Nothing happens afterwards. The gigantic groaning carpet of mutants continues lying where they were, neither exploding nor burning up. The Voxmaster reports that the prism from the homunculus' laboratory shattered into a myriad of needles. It flew apart in every direction with a loud snap, gravely wounding several crew members. And that seems like the end of that storyline. Let's see what's going on with Unforeseen Event. Unless we've already seen the Unforeseen Event. We have not. According to the ancient chronicles, the maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous Imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory brought upon by a warp anomaly raging in the system caused the world to distance itself from the local star. In less than a decade, the planet's surface was completely encased in ice, sealing a wealth of machines and artifacts of the Imperium inside a glacial tomb. Let's use augurs to scan the planet. It looks like the Pilgrim's records were true. Your augurs managed to locate the shapes of several Imperial buildings under layers of snow and ice, though one can only guess what purposes they used to serve. Develop a plan for changing the planet's climate without support from the Imperium, or leave the world encased in ice. Let's try to change the planet's climate. After deliberating, the senior officers unanimously decided that only the Adeptus Mechanicus possesses the technology required for a project of such a massive scale. The rogue trader should contact their representative in the Koronus Expanse and secure future cooperation. Okay, so that's going to require us to go to Footfall, where the Adeptus Mechanicus are. Where their representative is, I suppose. Yeah, we aren't doing the fight with the elusive legend. I don't know if Owlcat has put out a patch, but apparently there's a bug where if you have 3 ships on your side of the battle, that's what causes it to not save after space battle. And so when we got the Heartless from the DLC, that broke our space battles. At some point, I'm sure they'll fix it. I don't know if they have yet. So I'm just going to hold off on that quest. So, yeah. Looks like we have 2 companion quests. And I might go up here to Heinrich's. We'll leave the DLC, Arbites guy, for now. Alright, we took a bit of damage. Let's repair. And then move on. We will try and avoid a collision with the unidentified vessel. As usual, we succeeded as usual. Might have been a warp mirage. Let's see. Forces from different decks. Translucent with spiders. Yeah. That's fine. We've seen that before. Let's make this safer. And head over. While we're here, let's chart new routes. Any new stars? There were not. Oh, we're gonna have a space battle. No. Lord Captain, we've arrived in Phaeton 4's system. Our translation from the warp was a little rough. A net loss of about 500 souls on the middle and service decks, and God Emperor only knows how many wounded. But that's only the half of it. The brain boxes on the augers are sending me reports that aren't doing my mood any favors. Real space here got more holes than a sieve, and all our sensors are playing up. It's gotta be sorcery, Lord Captain. Distorted star. If I was you, Lord Captain, I'd do what I came here to do right sharpish and clear out while we still can. I've seen the likes of this before in this same region. Maybe your sorcerers will be able to explain it better, but here's what I know. Shit like this never ends well. So we need to make planet fall on Phaeton 4, which we don't know which planet it is, but my guess is it's that one. So let's check out the 2 other planets and the distorted star first. Ice World has no name. We could get some Promethium. 7 Promethium is pretty good, and we don't have an unlimited source. And we've got a lot, but I'm willing to use one of our 18 extractiums on that. And then, oh, okay. The surface of the star shimmers with a myriad of hues. The dance of colors fascinates any who dare glance at it. The playful color patterns appear on the vessel's augers in a wide variety of spectra, from infrared to ultraviolet. Every helmsman or every voidsman knows that such emissions are dangerous to organic matter, and Master Helmsman Ravor asks the crew to resist the desire to admire the star. Not everyone manages to follow this advice, and some crew members suffer from nausea and headaches. Leave the view from the captain's bridge as is, or order the shutters of the bridge's panoramic windows closed. Pros and cons to both of these. If something's going on, I want to be able to see, but if we leave it open, there's potential for more harm of crew members. Let's leave the view. The admiration and malaise afflicting the Lady Navigator spreads to the rest of the compartment containing her chambers. Even without looking at the star, Cassia is subject to its corrupting influence. Its brightness blinds and exhausts her inner sight. Well, that's probably not great. Maybe we should have closed the shutters. And nothing going on here. Well, I am inclined to end the stream here. It's a little early, but we're right at Heinrich's quest, and so I'd rather wait so we can do it all at once, as well as I'm a little scared to do a space battle. I don't know if and when a patch will come out, if it might have already happened, but giving Owlcat another week can't hurt. So yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. Next time we'll go in, do this space battle, hope the game saves, and then carry on with Heinrich's quest, hopefully. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you guys then. Bye.